Wolverine is one of Hugh Jackman's most successful movies, and also one of the most popular Marvel characters of the last decade. Jackman made his last appearance as Wolverine in Logan in 2017, and since then, it has been uncertain what the future of the character will be. A new casting has been under discussion for a number of weeks now, and it will probably involve Rocketman actor Taron Egerton. In an interview with the New York Times, Egerton confirmed that he is currently in negotiations with Marvel and Kevin Feige, and that he himself is hoping for the opportunity to play Wolverine. He also had some words to share about Hugh Jackman. He was concerned he might not be able to keep up with Jackman, who gave the character of Wolverine a great amount of recognition. The agreement between Egerton and Marvel is therefore not a done deal, as he himself emphasized in a recent conversation with Andy Cohen. There, Egerton attempted to somewhat qualify his statements from the past, as nothing has been decided yet. However, if Egerton were to be cast as the new Wolverine, he would certainly not think twice about accepting the offer. What are your thoughts on the casting? Would it work for the Kingsman actor to take over the role of Wolverine, or would you prefer somebody else to play the part? Let us know in the comments. Spider-Man No Way Home grossed an incredible $1.9 billion at the global box office and ranks among the best MCU films ever among fans and critics. Very soon, Sony could even reach the $2 billion mark. An extended version will be released in theaters, as has been known for a short time. It is called the More Fun Stuff version, and is expected to contain some bonus scenes that were not shown in the previous theatrical version. Sony now communicated the official release date via the official Twitter channel of No Way Home. Thus, the US cinema release is scheduled for September 1st, 2022. A similar approach was taken with Avengers Endgame, where a longer version was also released in theaters a few months after the actual theatrical release. Are you going to watch the movie again as an extended cut, or are you reluctant to support Disney's practice? Do not hesitate to tell us in the comments down below. We have known about Disney's upcoming Lilo and Stitch film remake since 2018. However, not a lot has happened in the past 4 years. This might now gradually change, because as Coming Soon reports, a director has meanwhile been found. The talk is of newcomer Dean Fleischer-Camp, who received some critical acclaim with the bizarre film Marcel the Shell with Shoes On. He thus takes over from Crazy Rich Asians director John M. Chu, who was originally in talks to direct the movie. The scriptwriter is not officially known yet, but Disney is set to be in final talks with Chris K.T. Bright, who is part of the extended crew of 2016's Moana. Apart from that, however, he is still quite a dark horse in Hollywood. The original movie of the same name, Lilo and Stitch, dates back to 2002 and was a huge hit for Disney at the time. The story revolves around a lonely Hawaiian girl named Lilo, who happens to encounter the aggressive little creature Stitch one day. Stitch escaped from a cruel experiment on the planet Turo and soon wins Lilo's heart. At the same time, however, she is unaware of Stitch's destructive powers. Disney has not yet given a release date for the remake, but we will keep you up to date. The planned The Boys spinoff has been the talk of the town for a few weeks now. After the launch of the long-awaited third season, it is all the more fitting that the official title of the upcoming series has now been revealed. The spinoff will be called Gen V, whereas previously, everything pointed to the title Varsity. Generation V refers to the drug Compound V, which lends the superheroes their powers. As you can tell from the synopsis, Gen V is taking place at Vought International's Superhero College, which is the only one of its kind in the US. Moreover, the series is said to be R-rated and will test the physical, sexual, and moral limits of the college supes. Together, they are to compete for the best deals in the top cities. The R rating in particular is great news, as it also puts the spin-off on par with the main series, which likewise received the infamous R rating. On the other hand, it would also be rather reckless if they were to dial it down a notch in terms of violence and humor. After all, that's exactly what makes The Boys stand out. A further clue from those responsible also gives a direct idea of the direction in which Gen V is heading, for the atmosphere is supposed to be like a hybrid of the Hunger Games and a college series. In the course of the series, we can also hope for a meeting of the college supes with the superheroes from the main series. The crossover was recently confirmed by producer Eric Kripke in an interview with Deadline. So far, the young actors Patrick Schwarzenegger, Marco Pagozzi, Liz Broadway, and London Thor have joined the cast, to name a few. We are definitely interested in the new series and look forward to more information about Gen V. Just recently, we reported that the pre-production of Dune Part 2 has been running since the beginning of the month. As the responsible parties announced last Monday via Twitter, the real shooting with the actors has now begun. Among the cast of the sequel are, of course, Timothée Chalamet as Paul Atreides, and Zendaya in her growing role as Chani, as well as Black Widow actress Florence Pugh as Princess Irulan. There are already first unofficial set photos of Pugh, which show her in a princess gown. In addition to the 3 young actors, the cast includes Christopher Walken as Emperor Shaddam IV, Stellan Skarsgård as Baron Harkonnen, Javier Bardem as Stilgar, and Rebecca Ferguson as Lady Jessica. A brand new addition to the cast, by the way, is Suhaila Yacoub, who joined just a few days ago and plays the Freeman leader Shishakli. The plot picks up directly where the previous movie left off. The focus is thus primarily on Paul and Chani, who must reunite against their opponents. Behind the camera of Dune 2, everything remains the same, since director Denis Villeneuve has put together exactly the same team as for the 6-time Oscar-winning predecessor. This means that at least on the technical side, nothing should go awry. We are very excited about Dune Part 2 and look forward to its theatrical release on November 17th, 2023. A couple of weeks ago, we got some initial information about the upcoming The Hunger Games, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. The movie adaptation is set up as a prequel and thus tells the backstory of the Hunger Games films with Jennifer Lawrence. We will see 21-year-old Golden Globes winner Rachel Zegler in the starring role. She plays District 12 tribute Lucy Gray Baird, and her mentor is none other than Coriolanus Snow, who is already well known as the dictatorial president from the previous movies. In the prequel, he is still an adolescent, but already determined to lead his tribute to victory in the 10th Hunger Games. As Deadline now reports, there will be a new cast member who is not unknown in the fantasy genre. The talk is of Peter Dinklage, who became famous for the role of Tyrion Lannister in Game of Thrones. Rumor has it that he will take on the role of Casca Highbottom, who is the Dean of the Academy. He therefore plays a key role in the prequel, since as the Dean, he wields an immense amount of power and is clearly superior to Coriolanus Snow in terms of hierarchy. We believe Dinklage is definitely capable of playing this role. After all, he has already proven in Game of Thrones that he knows exactly how to play cunning, powerful men. We are eagerly awaiting his appearance, though an official confirmation is still pending. Francis Lawrence, who is already known as the director of the previous films, will direct The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. The screenplay was written by Toy Story 3 author Michael Arndt. Hunger Games veteran Nina Jacobson, as well as Suzanne Collins, the author of the book series, will work as producers. Nevertheless, there is still more than a year to go before the movie hits theaters, as it is scheduled for release on November 17th, 2023. The competition in the streaming business is extremely tough, and so the respective providers must always try to surpass others. While Amazon has had a respectable streaming catalog for a long time, the visual presentation has clearly been lacking. No matter if via tablet, computer, or gaming console, the overview is always Amazon's biggest drawback compared to Disney Plus or Netflix. After many years, the people in charge seem to have finally realized this. As has now been announced, the interface will be completely revamped. The horizontal menu at the top of the screen will now move to the left side, just as we are used to from other providers. In addition, the thumbnails will be given more space, there will be more preview images, and a blue check mark will make it easier to see which content is available for free and which ones are subject to a fee. There are many more features that will be released gradually on smart TVs, Android, and Fire TVs in the coming weeks. All other devices will receive the update at a later date, unfortunately. It remains to be seen how good the update really is at the end of the day, and whether they manage to redesign the confusing layout satisfactorily. That was our news for this week. Feel free to watch our new original on Transformers: Rise of the Beasts on our channel, where we give you an exciting overview of the next installment of one of your favorite franchises. Also, the new trailer for Halloween Ends was recently released, and you should definitely check it out.